Hi cooking cronies. Today I'm sharing with you a recipe for Italian calzones and marinara sauce. I hope you'll enjoy it. I've got a picture of most of the ingredients that you're going to need to make the calzones. The pizza dough recipe you'll find in an earlier version of our recipes that we put here on Cooking Cronies, so make sure you take a look at that. It's quick and easy, and you can freeze whatever pizza dough you don't use. So for this recipe, you're going to start with some olive oil, ricotta cheese, shredded cheddar, and also Italian style blend shredded cheese, diced pepperoni, Italian sausage, and I use the spicy Italian sausage, some Italian seasoning, and an egg beaten. So it's pretty easy recipe. I hope you enjoy it. So you start by browning your Italian sausage. I diced my pepperoni so that it was easier to work with, and then I added it to my meat mixture. So I also diced the sweet bell pepper, as you can see the yellow color in the pan. In the bowl I have the ricotta cheese, and I'm going to mix Italian seasoning with that ricotta cheese. So once that's mixed, what I didn't do was add it all together, and the reason for that is that my husband doesn't like mushrooms, so I didn't want to add everything together. But to simplify the recipe, go ahead and add your meat mixture and your cheese mixture to the ricotta cheese. So once you've mixed that together, then what you're going to do is with your pizza dough, as you can see, I've made little balls so that I can roll it out into a circle. Once you have the circle rolled, then you're going to add your cheese mixture to it. And if you have everything mixed in your cheese mixture, then you don't have to add each one separately. But again, I did this just because my husband doesn't like mushrooms, and so I made some with mushroom and some without mushroom. So there you see I've topped the cheese with the meat mixture. You fold over your dough, and in this case I just squeezed my ends together to seal them, but to really ensure a good seal, use a fork and press down the ends so that they seal well. Once you have them on the cookie sheet, then you want to wipe them with the egg mixture, with your egg that you beat, and it just makes the crust look golden. You can see on here that you cook them at 375. I have 20 minutes on here, but that's because I forgot to set it. So start it at 30 minutes and then add your timer as you go until your calzones are golden brown. So to top it off, you want to make a marinara sauce. What you're going to need for the marinara sauce is some olive oil, 4 cloves of garlic, a small onion diced, a small or medium onion, whatever your preference is. I use red wine, you can use white wine, and you're also going to need crushed tomatoes, and when you look at the recipe below you'll see the quantities that you're going to need. Salt and pepper, sugar. I use also some chili flakes because we like our stuff spicy, and then some fresh basil to garnish over the calzones once you've added the marinara sauce. So the procedure for this is to add a tablespoon or so of olive oil to your hot pan and add your onions and cook them till they're almost translucent, and then add your garlic and stir them up. After you've cooked the garlic till you get a nice aroma from it, then add your wine, and this will help deglaze the pan. So make sure you're whisking it to get all that good stuff off the bottom of your pan, and cook until the liquid has reduced. Then you're going to add your crushed tomatoes and stir to make sure you've combined everything really well. Add your salt, pepper, and and a pinch of sugar. The sugar just helps take some of that acidy flavor out of the tomatoes. Then reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 30 minutes or however long it takes for your calzones to cook. And then towards the end of the cooking process is where I chop the basil into thin strips and set it aside. So when I'm ready for my presentation, I put the calzone on the plate, put a little marinara sauce over it, and then put some strips of the basil on there, and it's delicious. You have this with a side salad and you've got a whole meal. These also freeze really well, so if you make several, you can freeze them and then just pop them. You can freeze them either uncooked or cooked, whichever you prefer. They do freeze well and they're delicious. So I hope you enjoy this recipe and have a wonderful day. God bless.